be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk. And beyond, that's including the ice wall. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this.
What more do you want from me?
Let it run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Now,
And now it's here.
turn me up, y'all.
Or should I say,
Let's get it.
I am.
Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about it, Micah Parsons Road? From my studios to yours. Brought to you by Law Nation Sports. Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Come on with it. Yeah.
Let's look into the film. In this video,
Come on with it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get it. Shame on anybody who didn't hit that like button, who didn't share this content. Y'all see it. Full practice clips. Dak Prescott in the mix. Warming up. See Dangerous Lamb. Oh, come on with it, man. We got some people in the building, baby. George Pickens. Shout out to your beach party. Yeah, climb the park at Dak. Let me throw that thing, boy. Yo. There you go. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Come on. To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my... Oh, wrong show. My bad, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations, nor deviation to the matter. Jerry Jones loved to be in the spotlight, and that's okay. That's okay. The friends and the family of Parsons truly believe that he will get this deal done, right? So that's good. Yeah, JD from D.C., that was double coverage. Shout out to Lamb. In my opinion, the guys that have been making unbelievable catches this offseason and training camp, Ben C.D. Lamb, Ben George Pickens, and then you will have to throw in Trayshawn Holden. You got to put him into the mix. You have to say an honorable mention would be a guy named Jalen Cropper, right? And we will see what he looks like once we have a first preseason game. I pulled him to the side earlier today, and I told him, have you ever watched the movie Gladiator? And he says, yeah, I watched Gladiator. Yeah. And I said, did you seen how that kid was able to earn his freedom papers, right? He had to fight. He had to win over the crowd. Now, you, my friend Jalen Cropper, you are fitting right into that shadowy place of winning over the crowd, but you got to do something in preseason. That's what he got to do. Reed says, Law, did you get any updates on Micah Parsons? No. They still at that situation, whereas you got on one end, you got the old school principle and philosophy with Jerry Jones, the archaic way of looking at things. Yeah, Mingo been good too, man, Vinny. Mingo been him. And even on that clip, he was open in the middle of the field. Dak Prescott kind of threw a little bit behind him. He wasn't able to make the adjustments, but that was the proper place to put that ball because the defender was right in front of him, so he couldn't lead him on that. So they're going to work on that thing, on those things with Mingo. Before I get into more details of the Parsons, because we're going to talk about Parsons thing because I missed the morning show. Normally I update you guys on those talk tracks, but we're going to circle around and we're going to get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Law, you think Holden got a chance to make the team? Holden, his chance of making this team, and I forgot about Cavante Turpin. I don't. I truly believe. Say whatever you feel. Say that this is Homer Law. Say that this guy don't know football. But I truly believe we got the best wide receiving group in the National Football League, right? There's other tandems that may be better, give or take. But overall, we have the best group. Pound for pound, I'm literally looking at this group. I'm looking at this group. Like right now, Jalen Tolbert could be our worst wide receiver to make the team. And he's no one to sneeze at one-on-ones by himself, is what I'm getting at. To me, just to me from my eyes, Trayshawn Holden, I would take Trayshawn Holden over Jalen Tolbert. Now, granted, Tolbert had, 8, 9 touchdowns last season? But it's the body control. It's the subtle movement. And it's that I'm dog nasty. I'm going to reach up and get the ball out of the air type of mindset. And then he finishes plays. He going to give you a little shoulder love and let you know, hey, I'm there. Those are things. Brandy, appreciate you. Brandy, thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you for the $4.99 for your mind. She states, great seeing you today. Law, Parsons look over it. Yeah, he is hurt. And shout out to you, Brandy. Brandy going to have the nerve and the audacity to ask me, hey, Law, do you know who I am? Yes, I know who you are. Come on, Brandy, I wouldn't forget you. Come on. And your voice don't sound like that, by the way. But I had to put on my lady's voice, hey, Law. But, I get what you get. You get what I'm saying. Law, that's a great problem to have. Yes, and Brandy can contest to this. She got a chance to see Trayshawn Holden. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm lying because of the simple fact that he was really at practice doing his thing. No, no, me trying to hype him up because I said what I said before we got to this moment, right? So those are the wide receivers that I like, right? No offense to Ryan Flournoy. I think that Ryan Flo, he got some flow to his game. I'm so glad that I don't have to make that decision on cutting one of these wide receivers. Now, the other side of it, not going to talk O-line as much, but I'm going to talk about this running back group. The running back group, and John says, is that good enough for this wide receiver core with the question mark? I'm willing to put this wide receiver core up against 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2021. They were really good in 2021. But I will still take this wide receiver core over 2021, and that's with Amari Cooper, because I got a veteran CeeDee Lamb now. You got the young second-year CeeDee Lamb. So I'm willing to take this wide receiver core all the way up to the bank and say that this would be the best wide receiver core that Dak Prescott ever had an opportunity to play against or play with or what have you. Shout out to you, Raf707. Thank you so much for autographing my helmet at training camp, man. Me and my brother became bigger fans of you, man. 100, man. Oh, man, don't make me cry, man. Don't make me cry over here, man. Let me drink my juice, man, that's infused with some Hennessy, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Raph. Thank you so much. D. Ortiz, man, says, no disrespect, Law, but this team, shout out to you for the $9.99 for your mind, D. Ortiz. Appreciate you. He says, no disrespect. Meaning that you finna put some disrespect on it, right? You finna put some respect. All right, it's no disrespect, Law. But this team that beats the brakes off of us in the postseason may have slightly better wide receiver core than they had pure number twos, but no number ones. I think having Pickens and Lamb equalizes that. Yeah. Hold on. Let me read that again. My hooked on phonics, my Mississippi State, my Mississippi eyes. Oh my God. Let me see if make sure I get everything reading right. No disrespect, Law, but the team that beat the brakes off of us in the postseason may have a slightly better wide receiver core. Are you talking about the Green Bay Packers team? They had pure number twos, but no number ones. Are you talking about that team? Yeah, they were good. They were good. And then they got Matthew Golden. But I'm still taking the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers, Lamb, Pickens, with the ideology that you got a 4.25, 4.29 guy, 4.29 guy out of Cavante Turpin. You can add in the fact that Jalen Tolbert, who had 8 to 9 touchdowns last season, that a lot of people were giving praises to the kid that stayed over there in Baltimore. And he had similar numbers than him. What was his name? Y'all hit me up with his name. We were talking about trading for him opposed to getting Pickens. I forgot his name at the tip of my tongue. I'm glad that we got Pickens, by the way. But I think that we are slightly better than them, not the other way around. Sadiq Charles, appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and adulations. She states, Law, I pray, and thank you for the $10 cash. Thank you. We need all of the coins possible here. Yeah. She states, Law, I pray that your family are all well. I am going to say this before I lay back and watch and not saying anything. But Micah will get his deal, and Jerry is not going to trade Micah, period. I can hear it in your voice, period. And then she says, chat room, hello. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, Rashard Bateman. That's all. Like, we got a Rashard Bateman now as our 4th or 5th option. I mean, I'm not even talking about tight ends. I'm talking about pure wide receiver, right? And that's Jalen Tolbert. Not to say that Jalen Tolbert is better than Rashard Bateman, but his numbers are like kind of similar to that. And I'm not finna say that Jalen Tolbert numbers is very similar to Smitty. The only reason why I'm not going to do that is because they were a run-first team, right? Even though his numbers are very comparisons, and comparison is the thief of all joy. I'm not saying that Jalen Tolbert is a better version than Smithy. I'm not finna go there. I'm not going that way. But shout out to CFT Raid, man. Appreciate you. Holden is a monster, Barney. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes of this, and let's go to how this all started this morning. Let's listen to so much, man. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying, man. Man, just waking up this morning, man, trying to do all this content, man, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all about to make me cry for real, though. Keith states, thanks, Law, for what you do. And here's something to help out. Yes, indeed, man. Look. Late night editing, doing this stuff, man. Look, I can go can I get a refill? Jeez. I tried to hit that note like she did, but I didn't. But that's that Hennessy fun, man. I appreciate you, man. But no, I'm going to get me a nice steak with that, man. I really appreciate you. Keith. Keith. But let's get back to it, man. Appreciate you. CFT Raid, man. I thank you so much, man, for your support. Okay, so what I'm going to say with Jane and the storyline is falling right in line with what happened. Now, I used to be a B2B salesman, a door-to-door salesman, selling printer fax copying machines for a company called Pitney Bowes and Toshiba. They kind of merged with each other. And we would get deals that will be confirmed by a handshake, verbal, and all of this stuff. And we would get things almost down to when it's ink on paper. But if you didn't hit the queen of the Peace Corps, and we call her the mother of the house, like the lady that in entrepreneurship, 9 times out of 10, the wife controls the finance. And all you have to do, really, ladies and gentlemen, is to get her to agree, because she is the one. And those who know, they know. She's the one to say, yeah, baby, we can go get this. So when Jerry go knee to knee, eyeball to eyeball in a small room with Micah Parsons, and whatever verbal, whatever spit, handshake, Bohemian Grove sacrifice that they make, don't mean a hill of beans if his agent is not there. If his agent is not there, just like if the wife or the lady that runs all of the finances is not there, and you can't get that deal done. And that's why you hear a lot of people that's in business that say, man, let me check with the queen. Man, Keith, oh my God, boy, don't spoil me with another. Boy, you hit me with another 50. God, you're going to make 50 Cent mad, man. Appreciate you so much for the $50 cash, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take them food stamps back, man. We finna go get some real food now, man. Appreciate you, man. Man, go ahead and get you a new bottle. Ooh, appreciate you, man. Look, I got a communion cup size left, man. I'm finna go get me a new bottle, man, and I'm gonna look at some film and drink this until I pass out, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Keith. You're a real one, bro. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Jalen, I think that's how you say your name. Brown says, I blame the agent. No, the agent is always, oh my gosh, Sadiq. Oh, let me give you a horn. Lord, thank you so much for the $75 PayPal. Yes, indeed. I can pay off of this thing that I had bought today. Yes, indeed. This was $130 just to transfer some files. I appreciate you so much. Yes, indeed. Hey, I might twist off the hand and get to filming with y'all, man. Break it down, film with y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. With that being said, DeAndre, appreciate you. You saw me at camp today, man. Appreciate you. Salute to you, my guy. Maybe I save a shot for you somewhere. And keep in mind, we supposed to, it's 7:47 where I'm at, so supposed to meet up with a few players. Oh, not players, but families of the players tonight. But what I'm going to get at is what I was saying is the simple fact that if you can't get her to agree to the deal, there's no deal. No matter how great and how sweet it sounds, right? Oh, we could put a new roof on your house for $5,000. And she picks up the phone and say, hey, I called the insurance company. Before you put that roof on the house, let's check with them. Us as fellas, we already saying, okay, let's go ahead and get the deal done because the other guy quoted me $10,000, right? The rule of two. So there's always in contract in 101 is that you got to do the rule of two. You got to. You can't just sit there and dance with the first contract that you hear from Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones is a businessman. He's always with the regulators. I see you, Holly. He's always with the mindset to buy low and sell high. So when Micah Parsons went back to David Mulugeta looked at everything and said, nah, this is not sufficient. No way. And here's the reason why. This is what you paid me for. This is what you hired me for, to make sure that that we tie in all of the loose ends. Now, us as fans, we're not getting any of Micah Parsons' money. We're not getting any of Jerry Jones' money, right? So what we want as fans is the results of winning. What the agent want as fans, what the agent want out of Parsons is to make sure he's secure, that he don't go in blindly with a deal that's not sufficient. He's like literally, when you watch First 48, the smart ones, whether they're guilty or innocent, they sit in that room and they say, lawyer, bring me the lawyer, attorney, bring me my councilman, you know. Only a fool will go into, I guess, an interrogation room with a lawyer that they got on retainer, and they say, look, let me take care of this myself. And they ask them drills and details of things. Where were you at 3 o'clock in a.m.? And you sitting there saying, yeah, I was outside. Where at outside? On Martin Luther King Street. Yeah, what you were wearing? I can't remember. or you can't remember. But this clearly remembers, that this person died at 3:15, and that put you right in that spot or that place at 3:15. But I'm an innocent man. But you can't remember what you wore. Therefore, we finna arrest you. You have the right to remain silent. Or they go into more detail, and all you had to do is say, "Give me my lawyer. Let him do all of the discovery fines and all of this stuff." And that is what David Mulugeta does for Micah Parsons. He read through everything. Does David Mulugeta have Jerry Jones' number or vice versa? I don't think that Jerry Jones give out his number. He may have some type of front office number that can get in contact with Jerry. And that's also a rule of business. No one have access to the head man in charge easily. You got to make it hard to get to the owner, right? That's business too, though, by the way. Designed for those things. D. Ortiz for the 1999. $20 holla, baby. Appreciate you. What do you think about Higgins firing David Mulugeta to get his contract done? Oh, you got to enlighten me on that one. I didn't know he fired David Mulugeta to get his contract done. And Mulugeta, when his client do get paid, they never perform up to par. I'm not saying what will pan out with Parsons, but I'm curious, and there's an R. Now, I don't know if that's empirical information, data that you have, D. Ortiz, or if this is anecdotal. I don't know. I know for sure that David Mulugeta, he don't have a small list of players that he represent. He represent George Pickens. He represent Malik Hookers. Not Hookers, but Malik Hooker. Shout out to Harry Hines. He also represent on this team Sam Williams, Brock. Man, he represent a lot of folks. So to say, hey, just because they signed under David Mulugeta and David Mulugeta get deals done, that players tend to not perform up to the level once they get paid. I don't know whether or not that's tangible enough for us to consider a reason why that Micah Parsons should fire David Mulugeta and then sign someone else that might say the same thing. Because at the end of the day, let's just be real. You're not getting Parsons for 33. You're not getting Parsons for 35. You're not getting Parsons under APY of just flat up 40. You're going to get north of what any of those deals been done, because just by the law of average of the age of the other individuals that got paid, they are pretty much north. They are north of the age of Parsons. So you got to make it fit. Like, I got a nice house. I do. I have a beautiful home. But I'm not finna just cut my legs off from under my feet and say, because I think that I deserve a home in Frisco opposed to where I'm at now, and I want to pay $600,000 in Frisco for a home, that doesn't mean that I get the same value of the home that I got now. Because my home value at Frisco is going to be it's going to be $1 million home. You see what I'm saying? So y'all got to get where I'm going. It's the same principle with these players. You just got to go with the market value. 9 times out of 10, players, especially superstars, they don't sign below market value, regardless of how much they say that they want to be below market value. Now, T. Higgins, to a degree, they are in a different situation. You got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins, and T. Higgins' contract. It's still not dog food, right? So regardless of the situation, he's in a different light, and T. Higgins is not comparable to a Micah Parsons. The most comparisons to a Micah Parsons from another position that's doing elevated things will be a Jamar Chase, right? So if I can say that all into one thing. All right, so with that being said, let's listen to the let's be real. He is disrespected. we this is a different world. This is a different world. I'm about 25 years older than Micah Parsons, right? So we grew up in a different spotlight. Like I can literally be his father, right? Parsons, I am your father, right? So I'm just playing. But what I'm getting at is that this new age, new style of living, these guys are not just rooted in to watching and learning and living and loving one team. They are looking at this thing like, okay, cool. If you disrespect me, I can just pack my bags up and go elsewhere and go where I'm respected. It's a different type of vibe of being, as they say, celebrated versus tolerated, right? So, with that being said, it is a situation and scenario that this particular guy, Micah Parsons, that we all love to see and we all love to hear and we all love to watch out there on the field. We can all say to ourselves, "Hey, man, you know what? Just shut up and play football. Just shut up and play football because at the end of the day, we haven't won X, Y, and Z." But no, he looking at it differently because he looks at it like, hey, I can be a difference maker. And if this person over there is getting paid, where's my money at? Where's my coins at? Yeah, Micah can be franchised. Yeah, he can be. Yeah. Here's what we got here. Raf states that what do you think we have on the D line this year, Law Nation, to stop the run? If not, it's going to be a long year. Do you agree? I can tell you from this aspect of it. Do you think we have on the D line to stop the run this year? Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Um, we had to see. We had to see because we got two areas of the unknown. We have the unknown running back room, and then we have the unknown as it relates to um, the defensive tackle room. We have two unknowns on that, you know. So at the end of the day, it is for what it is with all of that. So all I can say is let's see how this all panned out. One of the things that I want to add to is I think that he did the best job of breaking this down. And since we got limited time here, I want to add him to the field here of visuals, and that is the playmaker.
Locker room. What's up, locker room? I just got back to my hotel room after the Nishki luncheon here at the NFL Hall of Fame. I get in here and I got all of these texts saying, is it true? Is it true? Michael Parsons has asked the Dallas Cowboys for a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you that have visited me here in the locker room and spent time with me here in the locker room have heard my thoughts on how they should handle this. My mind starts right away just saying, Jerry, what the hell is this? My mind goes, I told you guys this was going to happen. Because Micah Parsons came in with the right mindset. I want to be a Cowboy. I want to be here forever. And Jerry should have taken a hold of that and kept it going and got something done. Now, what I'm hearing is, and what Jerry's saying is, I did talk with Michael, and we thought we had a deal done.
All right. So how that goes is here. Let me see if I can pull up my Twitter machine here, okay, or the X app, okay. Let me see if I can get this right here. All right. So let me give you guys the transcript, and we got the interview here too, but it states here Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, when asked if he views his contract situation with Micah Parsons as a positive for the organization, right? And then shout out to my guy John Machota. He says, "Well, I can be cute, and I'm going to be it last into the third game with Emmitt Smith, and we won the Super Bowl that year." All right, so let me get my Riggs. Riggs, where are you? Where are you, Riggs? Riggs, I'm getting too old for this, Riggs. Corrections. I'm 20 years older than Micah, not 25. So, you know, what I missed 5 years off of it. So it's nearly 25 years. I'm still old enough to be his daddy. You know, at the end of the day, if you really do the math, I can still have a Parsons if I'm 20. Y'all get what I'm going. But neither here nor there. Not to talk about ages and all of this stuff. Neither here nor there. Is this positive? Overall, these players take a lot of things personal. And once somebody say that they don't feel like playing for an organization, a franchise, or a team, then that is something that they feeling, that he is in his feelings about this team and organization. It's going to be extremely hard for us to put a Band-Aid over this bullet wound. Now, when people talk about, hey, Myles Garrett was able to say, yeah, I want to be traded from the Cleveland Browns. We talking about Cleveland, dog. Their legacy and beyond is what, a Jim Brown, and you don't know nobody else out there in Cleveland. You know, it's just Jim Browns and Joe Thomas. That's the only people that I know of. Otto Graham, who else? But y'all let me know. So at the end of the day, Tim Couch, they don't have a strong legacy like the Cowboys. Man, you can go on and on with the Cowboys' legacy. So the spotlight is forever going to be on the Cowboys. They're going to make up all type of mock trades, this and that. People are going to be divided. There's some people in the locker room saying, yes, get rid of Parsons. That give me a chance to be on the team, right? And there's some people saying, no, I love Parsons. He's my guy. We play cards together. We hang out together, our family and friends. We do a whole bunch of stuff together. No, I do not want him to go. And that's a divide. While right now, the Eagles organization and franchise is thinking about how they're going to upset and beat up the Dallas Cowboys. They're not talking about contracts. They're talking about week one, they're going to try to hang a big old L on the Cowboy faces. Yeah. And that's just the reality of it. While we are talking about contracts, Barney Kosar, the Cleveland Browns legend, right? It's like there's no legends over there in Cleveland. And I don't know, did Otto Graham play for the Browns? Y'all let me know. I could be wrong on that one. All right, so listen to more of the playmaker.
And then Micah told him to talk to his agent. And Jerry said, I thought I had a.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Jay Business. Appreciate you. Oh, wrong one. No, I want to give you some. Yeah. Thank you so much for the $15 Cash App, and salute to Julius. Thank you for the other day of submitting a $100 Cash App, man. We really appreciate you. We thank you so much for your support.
A deal done. Like, come on, Jerry. Jerry himself knows and has said to me.
All right, down south, Cowboy 504, Law T. Higgins had the same agent Parsons had and fired him because things wasn't going well. Now, here's what I'm going to say with this. Whoever T. Higgins' agent is, kudos and credence to him. But there are going to be things that you get fired for, right? There's no agent out there or agencies out there They got zero, hey, I never been fired, or I never chose another profession or another person or another client or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's just the nature of business. That doesn't mean that the David Mulugeta is a terrible agent because he got too many awards in the damn clipboard over there of the people that he got deals done for. Now, granted, I do get with what you're saying about should Parsons get rid of his agent. Put it like this. Hold on. Let me just get the record straight for everyone that's watching. And shout out to you, Led Better. Thank you, Luca. Appreciate you. People still don't understand that Jerry loved the drama. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you for the support there. Here's what I'm gonna say with this though. If you truly believe that Jerry Jones got the best intentions for Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones that they should go into these contracts blindly and only agreeing with what Jerry says and not to agree with these type of things, put JJ in the chat because I need to know. And if you think that David Mulugeta is right, put DM in the chat. So let me see where y'all stand at because at this time, I need to know how y'all are feeling. Yes, T is still unproven compared to Micah. Yeah, and I do get that, Oak Cliff. Yes, indeed. Like I need to know, like, do y'all truly believe that Jerry Jones is going to do right by Micah? You know, leverage is the key link to success and negotiation. Facts, basements. Appreciate you, Sadiq. Neither one is right. So when that officer, let me ask y'all this, and I'm gonna ask y'all real truth. If you ever been in the slams and the officer says you have the right to remain silent, anything that you say could be used against you as evidence. You have a right to an attorney to represent you. I don't know the Miranda rights, but y'all put it down in the chat. On all of those things, on GOD, how many people would take 1,000% that I am right, that you got pulled over, and you said, I am right, I'm going to trust in God, I'm going to trust the Lord, the Savior, and I'm going to go into this court with faith that I am right and that officer is wrong, and I'm going to represent myself. I'm not going to get an attorney and the power of an attorney, a lawyer, an apprentice. I'm not finna go get anybody. I'm just going to lean on sure faith that God, oh Elohim, is going to provide, and I'm not finna do nothing else. I'm coming to tell you, I believe in God, but God also provide people because he worked through people to help you out in these type of situations. He speaks through the people. But if you believe to take the officer's word for word, bar for bar, that officer to serve and protect, you know, that's his life. That's on that. When you see an officer on his car, it states to serve and protect. So you think that officer will preserve and protect you, and that they are your good friends, and you don't have to listen to nobody else, and you're gonna take the ticket or take whatever he's saying in the interrogation room, and you're gonna spill everything to him, and you say, I'm an innocent man. Look, I've come here to tell you. You better go get you an attorney, man. You better go get you a lawyer. There's a reason why they got people like that, because they gonna comb through and knife through anything to set you free. And that is the exact same thing that an agent's supposed to do. And I advise y'all, you go get you an attorney. Don't try to represent yourself. I don't give a dog how much ChatGPT y'all looked at or Grunk. Go get you a lawyer. Don't be sitting here saying, man, I read the books. I got Chat GPT on my side. I'm innocent. I got good faith. But you know, I read so many scriptures, man, so many words out there. Man, they take total innocent people and they throw them in jail. Yeah. Yeah. One of the guys, he told his own brethren that y'all gonna bow down to me. One of these days, y'all gonna bow down to me. And they done took him, threw him into slavery. He's a whole innocent man, sold him off for 25 years. For 25 years, he was thrown into slavery, right? Innocent man. So what I'm telling y'all, go get you a person that's going to represent you the right way. They can read through those small prints and tell you, all right, cool. Because there are things in the contract that even with Trayvon Diggs that they could have let slid through. They didn't have to, by the way. They weren't obligated, by the way, to charge Trayvon Diggs $500,000. But to prove a point, they said, hey, by you didn't do rehab with us, we charging you $500,000. You're not going to receive, well, he didn't receive the $500,000, and we're going to put it publicly to showcase to everybody else that if you're going to rehab with us. Now, there was another Diggs that rehabbed outside of their organization, but by them wanting him, they said, and this is word coming from a certain individual, I'm trying to keep it very, very copacetic, that they sent their trainer to wherever Stephon Diggs was at so that he can be on the same pathway. So you mean to tell me that the Cowboys organization and franchise couldn't send their person to work out to make sure that he's on his right measurements to Florida? That he have to rehab in Dallas? No, come on with y'all, man. Do you think Parsons still LT 2.0? This is down south, Cowboy 504. I think that he got pathways to be that within the confines of his first few years in the National Football League, there are numbers that no one else have achieved, and that is what Micah Parsons is doing. So yeah. Chats off the rail with his team. Yeah, Jerry is a band. Yeah, so look, I'm just trying to help a few people out. They're trying to self-represent themselves and fool around and get thrown into the slams for technicalities.
The deal is not done until the deal is done. And we write pen to paper and you sign. A deal is not done until the deal is done. And Jerry made Michael, let's stay here and get this deal done because the deal is not done until the deal is done. And we don't want to go out here and stop a truck and not have the deal done. So Jerry, come on. You cannot say you guys thought you had a deal with Micah Parsons. Don't, whatever this is right here, you thought you had a deal with Micah Parsons and he told you to contact his agent or you didn't want to contact his agent. What is that? What is that? Come on, buddy. Come on, man. We had a good one going here. Hope was back again. Emotions were high again. This is the drain game we didn't need to play. Not in Coach Shotty's first year. Now, I don't know if I should be damn hurt and upset that we have deteriorated to this place so fast. I should be upset about that. And the reason I should be upset, honestly, is because Michael's hurt. He's hurt. And now they're talking about the possibility of a trade, which is going to hurt him even more, even though he's the one saying, okay, you guys can trade. This man gave his soul. He wanted to be here. We got enough of these jokers that come in here and just take money and don't want to give all that they are.
All right, so I did while my guy Michael Irvin is talking, I did some research here on T. Higgins' new client. And whoever reported that T. Higgins left David Mulugeta for another agent that's going to work out best for him. Bro, they the same damn agent. It's the same agent. Moving from David Mulugeta to my guy, who we can really get on the phone and talk to and get things going, Rocky Arsenal. I mean, that's the same agent. Rocky did the exact same thing for his client to work what's best for his client, because y'all know who Rocky Arsenal is, and that is Ezekiel Elijah Elliott's agent. It's the same guy. That David Mulugeta, he's just a more seasoned David Mulugeta. Because there was a time that Ezekiel Elliott skipped everybody to get his new contract. Who's old enough to remember? Now, was that the interest best for the Cowboys, or was that interest best for Ezekiel Elliott? So what are we talking about here, man? Rocky Arsenal did the exact same thing that David Mulugeta been doing right now. Yeah, who remember? Ezekiel Elliott got paid twice before Dak Prescott got his first contract. Y'all know that, by the way, don't y'all? You know, Ezekiel Elliott was running the Cabo Sands, and his agent, before a whole year before his client was able and eligible to get his contract done leapfrog Jalen Smith, done leapfrog Dak Prescott, done leapfrog all of these other guys to get his deal done. Who's old enough to remember that? It's a business, man. It's nothing personal. And yes, these are facts that only a fool would dismiss. Yes, the agent, if somebody knew, I'm going to say, yes, I can represent you better. That's every agent in the National Football League. I have credentials right now. I can open up an agency firm tomorrow, right? If I spend time with that, and I'm going to tell everybody, hey, man, I'm better than David Mulugeta. I get stuff done, you know. Hey, Law, what clients do you have? Don't worry. We on our way. Tell them, hope is here. Hold on. Pain is ending. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Yeah. Zeke, who? Yeah. Zeke messed up the whole running back game. And Zeke didn't even have to. He didn't have to get paid that summer. Shoot, but he did a wise thing to go ahead and re-up, though. Yes, indeed. So these agents are all to do what's best for their clients. Shoot, come on with it. It's a sales game. Come on, man.
Michael does that, man. We can't let a Michael get out of here. Come on, man. I gave you, and this is the other reason I say I don't know if I should be upset, because maybe this kind of downfall in turmoil, if I can get it contained, which is not going to be contained. I'm just letting you know it's going to get crazy. Get it contained. Maybe it's the reason Jerry steps up and said, okay, now I'll give you $450 million because I'm getting killed out here. And everybody's going to be on Michael's side. And then by force, not by choice, but even by force, Jerry's forced to make this the generational player, like I talked about with Patrick Mahomes. That's what they should have been doing anyway. They should have been doing anyway. And I was wondering, guys, I promise, when Jerry kept saying in that press conference, the one that he was messing with everybody, put Trayvon Diggs out. He kept saying that Micah Parsons is the best player I've ever sat down with. He understands everything about the situation more than anybody. And I was wondering, I said, man, Jerry's making a real big point to do this now. What's going on here? Now I see. I hope Jerry ain't trying to play this game. I thought we had a deal. And come on, man. Come on. That's not gonna play off right.
Come on, I got you.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on, I got you, Mike.
Come on, man.
We had a deal, and the deal didn't go through. That's you didn't have a deal. You got to talk to the agent, man.
It's not gonna play off right. Come on, that's not gonna play out right. And it is, you know what I mean. You can't say, well, Micah said that he was basically going to take a deal where we pay him this much, and we feel like we had a deal. Come on, man. Please, I'm begging for all of us Cowboy fans. Come on, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Don't do that.
Come on, man.
And let's not.
I love hearing Michael Irvin going up against Jerry Jones, and I know Irvin. Hey, this is wild. You know, a lot of people don't know the gravity of this. This is wild.
Not go out and talk about the kind of power we have, we're going to have for 3 more years, and put this situation in a place where egos get in the way, and then there is no way out.
Here's my thought. Here are my thoughts on it. Once again, I truly believe that Micah will be wearing the silver and blue for a long time. The part that I don't like, and I'm being real with y'all, is being 1,000 with y'all. This is not the agent. This is not a jab at the Joneses, but damn it, this is a little jab at the Joneses. That you just don't damage your superstar player by allowing them to get their feelings hurt in this nature, right? Saying that I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I want to seek a trade to go elsewhere because I want, and I'm paraphrasing what he's saying, for a team to know what I bring to the table, value me, right? And he have every right to operate that way because superstars shouldn't have to be in this particular light. Now, granted, there will be thousands of people to say, well, what have he done in the postseason? What have he done in the Super Bowl? How many rings do he have? Why are we held to that unbelievable standard? Like, what did Myles Garrett do to deserve his $40 million? He have 1 sack in 3 to 4 games in the postseason, right? It's the same stat that Micah got, right? Sure. And what do like all of the other players? Like, we got to get out of that. Like, this is a team ultimate sport, but this one guy that's on this team is generating over 90 pressures, giving you double digit sacks every single season, right? Missed about 4 games since he's been in the National Football League. Putting blood, sweats, and tears. And as an agent, the agent job and duty is to tell every player that he represents that you are one hit away from being a Ryan Shazier, to not being able to walk or have got to fight through a whole bunch of stuff just to get up out of the bed, to barely walk. You'll be unrecognizable if somebody hit you the wrong way. So my job and my duty is to let you know not to allow these billionaires that's making billions to fleece you. They're making billions. They can, look, the shelf life of a football player across the league is 3 years. Dog, you done already eclipsed that. So as a person that's going to represent you, I got to get you that bag. I got to get you that bag. I got to secure you up. And we got to continue to move the needle higher because the name of the game as the agent is to have those groundbreaking deals, is to go out there to say, I set the tone. I set the mark for this to be the next highest paid player based off of your pedigree and based off of what's owed to you.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I told you guys this was going to happen. I saw it. And now, especially, it's the danger. You see how quickly that thing is turned. And Mike was out front. And I guarantee you, would have had a little more time if Jared didn't publicly put out Trayvon Diggs. So they're in the locker room right now. Or they're talking right now. And instead of talking about what they're about to do this year, they're talking about this. I'll be darned. I was going to tell you all about the Hall of Fame and everything and how much fun we're having and about this class, Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, all of that stuff, man. Shout out to the playmaker for at least saying, let's get back to football. Let's get back to football. Let the focus be on football. But no one can really look into this thing and say the Cowboys' primary decision this offseason is on football. You got a rookie head coach who's fin to coach a team, which embraces the attention, of course. But this is unwarranted details. Those reps, Parsons never going to get back tonight. Him throwing the football, that's cool. Yeah, we laugh and key about it. But that don't help us, man. I want to win. I want my best. Don't y'all know how counterproductive this is? How this is not productivity on both sides of it, man. Nate Thomas right now can be getting a run for his money out for Parsons. Terrence Steele right now can get worked off of Parsons and can learn a few things, right? Right now, Parsons could be out there getting those reps, those 50 to 60 reps out there. They can pay dividends through the season. We seen something happen like this last season with my guy Lamb not coming out to practice. It took a ramp up time for him to get to his spot and to his marker. We seen this happen with Zach Martin, a soft holdout. Looked very pedestrian that year. We gave him grace and mercy. Now, Stargazer, she was on it. Shout out to Stargazer. She was like, man, it's better to go ahead and trade that guy right now. Zach Martin, boy, he holding out, ain't looking good. And he was getting his butt worked. He didn't have a good game until like week 7, week 8. And then he was like, man, that's about time for us to go ahead and retire, right? Put me on the bench, coach. Put Brock Hoffman in now. Yeah, Deluxe, man. This team is impossible. It's impossible to boycott. It's impossible, man. He said, boycott. It's been 30 years, 30 seasons. Impossible to boycott. Damn near impossible. This team, literally This team literally had a growth aspect, even in the pandemic. So they're not finna lose out on anything. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, let's get it right here. Let's listen to the rest of this right here. I'm gonna fast forward. I don't think he said anything of value outside of the Hall of Fame. Hold on.
That are dropping things in their ear game. So, man, I don't, this whole thought concept about trade Micah Parsons and getting a boatload of players back and thinking about, let's do what Jimmy Johnson did with Herschel Walker. But that draft's already gone. If that was part of the process and part of the plan, you should have traded him before the draft, and you could have gotten what you needed for right now. So that wasn't part of the plan. So let's get back to the plan. You knew you had to pay this man. Let's figure out a way, and I just gave you the way. Make him that generational player and give him that generational contract, just like they gave Patrick Mahomes, and do it right now to try to restore some of that pure Dallas Cowboy goodness and love back in him that you just ripped out of him.
The playmaker, boy. Shoot. Let me tell y'all something, man. The playmaker on it. Let me find it and find that button right here.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
All right, so write this down. It takes 1,000 years to build trust. 1 second to lose it all. Once that glass is broken, no matter how much you try to put those pieces together, it would never be the same. And we can pay Parsons, but in his mind, he's gonna try to rework a contract, say no trade clause on it, put stipulations on it. We've seen this storyline before. Just rip number 11 off of him, put 4 on his chest. That's the same storyline with Dak Prescott. And I'm going to say this to this point. If you didn't believe in Dak Prescott 100%, trade him away. Move on from him. Get your draft picks and get it going. But what you do is you sullied, you denigrate, you allowed the fan base that y'all are falling in the same exact pathway. It is crazy how not all of y'all is watching here, but a third of y'all are falling right into the same pathway. Oh, man, Parsons, y'all started looking at his playoff records, his stats, and y'all start talking about value and worth. Oh, man, time was better without him by committee and stuff like that. And we can't stand podcast Parsons. Oh, my gosh. Y'all start talking about these things and forget what it was before we had Parsons, right? When we had D-Law and we were begging, come on, God, Allah, Yahweh, Elohim, we were asking, can we get anybody, to give us north of 7 sacks? Parsons left, and Parsons been here for like 4 or 5 years, and we still haven't had another person on the other side to give us double-digit sacks. Outside of what last year, they get right at 9.5, right at 10. Barely scraping to get double-digit sacks when we got a guy that can give us those. And we've fallen into the exact same traps. There's going to be forever, just based off of this conversation, there's going to be forever people to say, man, he ain't worth that money. Man, that dude trash, man. Man, he a one-trick pony. Man, you know, we should have we could have got 4 or 5 other type of people. This what's going to happen. It's the Cowboys. That's the way we do line. That's the way we do business. That's the way we do business, man. It is just not the proper way to do business. So when Parsons do get signed, whatever he do get his coins, which he's going to get here in Cowboys land, because I don't think that the Jerry Jones people got the gonads, the cojones, to go out here and to trade Parsons. They don't have it. They don't have the gravitas. They don't have a spine to do those things to trade away Parsons. Law, do you have any truth? They didn't have enough spines and gonads to trade away Dak Prescott. When Irsay, may he rest in peace, said, man, I'll give him $34-35 million easily. Free him up, Jerry. I would sign that contract. That's when people were saying that he was 28, 29. I'm talking about Prescott. And then from that aspect, there are going to be, from this date or from this week, people forever hating on Micah Parsons. People forever saying that he's greedy. People forever saying that, hey, his agent is greedy. His agent is wrong. People forever is going to have that great divide when it's not even necessary. Damn it, I want us to have one mindset to beat the brakes off of the Eagles. But we talking about money. We ain't talking about practice and bettering ourselves. We talking about money. The other players got in their mind their best leader on this team from a production aspect. We talking about is Parsons is going to get his bag and his coin. When the focal point should be on whooping the brakes off of the Eagles, getting ready for week 1. We're going to train. We're going to work our ASSs off. And then we're going to get ready for after week 1, week 2. But we talking about money. Not a game. Not even practice at this point. Money. Parsons is being a distraction right now. Why? Because he's at practice, not practicing, but saving $50,000 a month or $50,000 a day. Getting into rotation drills with the wide receiver coach. I don't want Parsons as a wide receiver. I want him on the D-line. Rushing, getting to the quarterback, working on his craft, getting on the same page with the other guys. And some of y'all would never see that. Y'all would never, and yes, he's going to get paid. But what's the focal point? I remember Tupac way back in the days when he was talking, he rapping one thing, I made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way. You know, come on, man.
Considering trading Micah Parsons?
Well, let's put it like this. Surely you guys have been around this stuff and know to recognize negotiation talk, that type of thing, and so that's where I put that.
So are you considering it?
I'm not. At this, the facts are that that's like anything else. I think the world of Micah, and that's just a part of negotiation.
Would you ever consider trading Micah?
Again, I don't really place that with any real seriousness. You know, Micah's got a bad back. That's like being traded.
Did the request take you by surprise?
Y'all weigh it the same.
Did the request take you by surprise?
Again, no, that's negotiation. I've heard that so many times in my 30 years in the NFL about from not just players but agents, and of course we all understand contracts. We're under contract. That's what we're doing. We're looking at adjusting the contract, but we're under contract and we're in camp, and that's the way the rules are set up. But that is old stuff, 30 years of old stuff. Some of these issues we're hearing about trading, hurt backs, all that kind of stuff.
Man, Parsons not even 30 yet, man. You talking about something that pre-exists Parsons, you know. Let me just let the dude talk, man. Let him talk.
When do you start negotiations with his people, Jerry?
Again, I've started negotiations in March.
With his agent?
I said I started negotiation in March.
Jerry, as old and gray as you are, you know, lean forward just a little bit. Jeez. Let him get another one. Yeah. I wish I could do 100 lashes over that. Look, Parsons lamented last season that he wanted to get the deal done. The conversation stopped once y'all finished off on the conversation with Parsons. Now that we know that we had the money last year, we sitting on $32 million, which would have been enough money to go ahead and pay all three of these guys. And we wouldn't be going over this conversation. Maybe we would be talking about a Bland contract or a Tyler Smith contract, but we won't be talking about Parsons' contract, which these other guys are considered, not to take any shade or shot at these guys, are considered ancillary as it relates to what Micah Parsons bring to the table. But this is the situation that we decide to go down, and this is crazy. One more time.
And I've negotiated double handfuls of contracts just like I did in March.
He thought it was
Again, are you asking me?
Yeah.
I started that in March. I visited with him in negotiation.
My question the meeting was about leadership, not about his contract.
It's my answer. It's my answer. I was negotiating in March.
Are you surprised that it got to this point?
Not really. Not really at all. This is just negotiation.
Is there really?
Have you talked to him at all?
Again, I sat with him at the Big 12 Conference Championship, sat with him at the Super Bowl, so Micah's easy for me to talk to, and we've had good talks, and we had a good talk regarding negotiation of the contract, the way I have many players. And I don't need to remind you, we've had some great players around here that wanted to renegotiate their contract. We didn't. Put it off to another year, and so that's where I am on it. But it's any of the stuff that you hear in the process of a negotiation, you can imagine I should take that for whatever.
Do you expect him to be on the field week one?
Again, I don't want to talk about my expectations. Now that is speculating, but I can speak to anything that's happened up until now, and that has no sensitivity to me.
Is it good to see him still at practice, though, even though he made that demand, but he's still out here?
Well, I wish the back would get better.
You wish the back would get better. so the back is not.
Again, I just said I wish the back would get better, so we could not have a hurt back.
You talk about 30 years of these types of scenarios. Is there really nothing different about this one from the others?
Well, it's just that you've seen it so often, and you've seen it with other.
Man, boy, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna submit my company next year. I'm definitely gonna submit my company next year. We got to be a media company somewhere close around there, because what would have broke down this whole entire excerpt is just one person asked him, Jed Cherry, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. So in these 30 years, 30 seasons of you negotiating, what are the results? And that would have really settled down a little bit. He would have got he would have got chippy. Boy, he would have got chippy. He would have got chippy, man.
The clubs, you go through the process. It's a highly sensitive time. When you're guaranteeing somebody almost $200 million, that's sensitive stuff.
When the season ended, we talked to you about Mike McCarthy, and him potentially talking to other teams, and you said you wanted, you don't want anybody that doesn't want to be here. Micah Parsons says he doesn't want to be here. How is that any different?
No different.
Oh my God, I got Jarvis shoulder. Oh my God, you a real one.
Damn, Dak Prescott.
Oh my God, man, God, no, John. Ooh, Jamal.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight.
John Machota.
Everything will be all right.
Right.
On
I
any
want my
given
flowers while I'm
Sunday.
living.
Yeah.
Yeah, give that man his flowers, man.
FBI, open up!
I can't wait to hear the response, man. Y'all can tell I got virgin ears too. I've been busy all day, but I can't wait to hear what he got to say. Oh my God.
Different than a bad back.
We talked to you about Mike McCarthy and him potentially talking to other teams, and you said you wanted, you don't want anybody that doesn't want to be here. Micah Parsons says he doesn't want to be here. How is that any different?
No different than a bad back.
Did you decline to negotiate with him last year?
What?
Did you decline to negotiate with him last year, like he said?
With who?
With Micah last year?
With who? Micah?
Yeah. Did you? He said he wanted to negotiate last year, and you guys.
I know you misheard me. I don't think we got any negotiations last year. Closest thing to last year was March of this year when we had a good negotiation.
He said he wanted to talk before last season.
Hey, look, they got him. Watch what he do. He gonna do like this with his tongue. That means he got him a little bit. He got him with this one. Ooh, watch it.
I know you misheard me. I don't think we got any negotiations last year. Closest thing to last year was March of this year when we had a good negotiation.
He said he wanted to talk before last season. Do you recall anything about that?
Well, again, it could very well be. It's what he wants, and so that could cover a lot of ground.
When he put out the note yesterday saying he'd asked for a trade, did that make you angry?
Not a bit. Not a bit. I can't tell you how many hundreds of times I've heard that negotiation.
Jerry, what do you think of all the fans chanting his name?
That's a nervous twitch.
Kind of supporting him and
like that.
Hearing them all screaming out there.
It was just so much louder last year walking off this field with Lamb.
Have you talked to Micah in the last 24 hours?
No.
Do you plan on getting with him at our...
Again, I don't.
Wait a minute.
Screaming out there.
It was just so much louder last year walking off this field with Lamb.
This dude is still taking jabs, man. Ooh, at Parsons. Oh my God.
I want me some glory hole.
Damn. All right, come on, listen properly. Lost your jab.
That negotiation.
Jerry, what do you think of all the fans chanting his name and kind of supporting him and hearing them all screaming out there?
It was just so much louder last year walking off this field with Lamb.
Hey man, come on, man. You had to do Parsons like that. Who remember? There was a movie that came out late '90s, early 2000s. The movie was Liar Liar, and Jim Carrey played in that movie. And he was a lawyer, and he was trying to make partner. You know, once you make partner, you get all types of access to more income and a whole bunch of other things. And his boss always flirted with him, always liked him, always wanted to be with him or what have you. But she kind of knew that he was married and he was going through a divorce or what have you. So his son, he had missed his son's baseball game or something like that, and his birthday, and his son made a wish. He had made one wish, that for one day that his father can't lie, right? And sometimes, you got to tell a lie. You know what I'm saying? A little white lie, you know what I'm saying? Christopher Columbus discovered America, all that good stuff. You got to tell a little white lie here and there. But Liar Liar, this dude literally was laying in the bed. He evidently slept with his boss or what have you. and she asked him afterwards, like, was this some good sex or what have you? It's late somewhere. And it's late somewhere right now. No kids, all the kids should be asleep. And the dude said, I had better. He couldn't lie. He just said, I had better. That's what makes me think about Jerry Jones. Like, on that whole statement, like, he didn't have to state that, hey, Pay Lamb was louder than Pay Micah Parsons. But yeah, I've had better. Trip Aces, yeah, I've had better. He couldn't lie. Jerry Jones is literally letting people know that he ain't like that with Micah Parsons, that he's really is pissed off to a degree with Parsons or onto some other things of what his agent said. And this is crazy. Yo, you talking about the man Fletcher Reed. Yeah. He couldn't even believe that he said it. He said, I've had better. Yeah, Jim Carrey, man, he's one of the best, man, in this business, man. Yeah.
Have you talked to Micah in the last 24 hours?
No.
Do you plan on getting with him at our?
Again, I don't get into what my plans are at all.
Y'all should have told me this interview was this crazy, man. Oh my gosh, man. Parsons states that I'm requesting the trade, and the owner of the team in the last 24 hours, approaching 36 hours now. What is it going to take, 72 hours? He's not going to reach out to David Mulageta. He's not going to reach out to Parsons. Oh, my gosh. Jerry boy. Jerry boy.
Do you think this relationship is salvageable?
Look at Nate.
I think the relationship is what it is. What it is. Period.
What is it?
What it is. Well, it's our relationship. I sat with him at the Big 8, the Big 12.
Bro, Big 12, Big 8, man, that was many years ago, man. From now, in football years, that's many moons ago, man. The whole draft went by. Come on, man. That's the last time you talked to Parsons. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up.
It's many times it's not even a question of deserving. I'm like Michael.
So for you, nothing's changed.
Is what it is. What it is. Period.
What is it?
What it is. Well, it's our relationship. I sat with him at the Big 8, the Big 12 championship. I sat with him at the Super Bowl. I like Michael.
So for you, nothing's changed.
Times in the past when you've gone through these negotiations, but when you had Emmett here, it always usually ends with the player you want and the contract and a good number.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought that up. It seems like that we forget that it's been less than a year, and I paid the highest been paid in the NFL to Dak, and I paid a big price for Lamb. And anybody that says I'm not interested in financially rewarding my players hadn't been looking at the tea leaves. And so there's always negotiation, and the negotiation is to put the best team on the field. And it's many times it's not even a question of deserving. And in today's salary cap, you've got to have either or. You can't have it all. And so all those things go in.
All right, so he said you got to have either or, you can't have it all. So if I go to over the cap and I go to stroll down to this team, he's talking about today's salary cap. All right, $31.4 million, okay? All right, and you can't have it all. So I'm looking at this team that just won the Super Bowl, and they got $30.1 million. Well, we're gonna round it up, $30.2 million. They got a running back. They got two wide receivers. They got defense, one of the best defenses in the National Football League. They paid their quarterback $250 million on a contract life aspect, it's about $15 million more than your quarterback, Dak Prescott, right? And they pretty much pay everything and anything that is necessary. And if you don't want to utilize them as a gold standard because they just won the Super Bowl, we could talk about the 49ers, a team that we have yet to beat in the postseason. They just paid their quarterback $250 million. Of course, they let what's the zesty wide receiver, got his name? They let him go, but they paid Brandon Ayuk. He's making a little south of what CeeDee Lamb is making, and that's rightfully so. He's been the number 2 there. No shade at that, but they paid CMC a great grandiose contract. And on top of that, Bosa got paid. Fred Warner got paid early. Kittle's got paid. So what are you talking about? You know, like come on. It's crazy. Yeah, it takes 2 to tangle. I think that what Jerry is doing, he's pissed off. This could backfire on Micah Parsons by him declaring that he wants to get traded, that he feels disrespected, and his value of this team, like where he sits at, is not valuable. Whereas he threw a monkey wrench into this equation by speaking out of turn. There are 48 laws of power. And out of those 48 laws of power, y'all can Google or ask ChatGPT. You can point out which one of the violations of laws that Micah Parsons violated. You know, if you really want to know, it's talking about you shouldn't outshine your master. Now, Micah Parsons, by him speaking out of turn, right, and by him letting things out of the hat of saying that, hey, I don't feel as value as I'm supposed to be valued, could cause a crazy chaos in Jerry Jones' mind, because this is what we're seeing. Oh, he's hot. He's angry. You mean to tell me a person that I signed his check, that I changed his life and put in generational wealth, I got that power, that he's going to change the game up on me? He going to do this to me? He going to try to outshine me? Shoot. We get this deal done on my term. I ain't rushing nowhere. I'm the one with 3 Super Bowl rings. I'm the one that got a helicopter, a helipad. I'm the one that built a $3.5 billion playpen down there in Arlington. On top of that, with a $2.9 billion playpen up there in Frisco. I'm Jerry Mother effing Jones, you know? That's what he said. That's exactly what he's saying out of this interview. And if Parsons thinks that what he's saying is going to move the needle, I heard louder cheers when Lamb was here asking for his money, you know? So miss me with this. I'm Big D over here, you know? I'm Long Daddy. I'm Jerry Jones. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
To go into the, so to speak, the equation. And the art of the deal is to get the best players out there for the resources that you have under the cap. And so that's what we're doing. That's what this is all about. But I'm here. I do what I do. I love these guys. Frankly, I could be any place in the world. And I want to be right here. I want to be right here with camp. I enjoy these players. I enjoy Micah. But as always, in any relationships, there are different moods at different times of your relationship. That's what it is. Don't lose any sleep over.
So just to be
that's
clear,
the one thing I would say to our fans. Don't lose any sleep over.
Roby K, And if you can be any place in the world, you're a multi-billionaire. Not just he's a multi-billionaire. Go to Guam. Go to Italy. Go to Thailand. Get out of this doggone facility as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys and let us be free. Free at last, Jerry. Get out of here, man. Stop talking, man. By the time, if I'm your age, I just want to be sitting somewhere on the beach sipping on some Mai Tais and just enjoying life. But Jerry is like that fly or that gnat at the barbecue. We eating some good food. We having a great time. We got new coaching. We got George Pickens. We done fool around, got a lamb out there. We got run game with different variations of approach. Man, the defense looking like we adding pieces together with Matt Eberflus. We finally got us a doggone linebackers coach that know how to coach linebacking, right? We got us an offensive line coach that know how to coach offensive line. But there's this one little gnat, the two of them really, Jerry and Steven, just flying around, and you can't put your food down without him just sitting on that food and rubbing his hands and spitting it. And I heard that that's what they do. They defecate and throw up, and they keep eating it. That's what flies do at a barbecue. And that is what Jerry Jones is being right now. He is literally being that fly or that gnat in the barbecue, and we was enjoying ourselves. Let me know, Cowboy Nation, were we enjoying ourselves when we were just talking about the doggone, hey, is Mozzie underweight? Will Mozzie turn the corner? But now, all of a sudden, we done flipped that conversation. We don't give a dog about Mozzie, whether or not he's 295 or 395. We talking about Parsons, man. I can't take this stuff, man. I still hopeful that we'll be great, man. Yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Micah should let his agent do all of the talking and just shh from now. Leah, you 1,000% right now. That message that Parsons said the other day should have came from David Mulugeta in some other shape, form, or fashion, or wordplay. But, hey, like I said, these new kids, man, he born in 1999. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's listen to the rest of this, man. I appreciate everybody. Can y'all do me a huge favor? I got 330 likes in here. If y'all can do me a huge favor, I know I normally don't go live around this time. It's 9 o'clock. It's still early in Oxnard, but I know it's like 11, 12 on the East Coast. But if y'all can do me a huge favor, hit that like button, share this content. Let people know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. I love y'all to the stars and back. Let's continue to do this. Let's get it.
Just to be clear, you don't feel the relationship has changed at all from the Super Bowl Big 12?
Again, I know my attitude, and my attitude is the same one I've had. I think the world of Micah. He's an outstanding player. He can really help us, but he's got to fit in with what's in the best interest of the team, and that's what the negotiation's all about.
Do you see frustration from players like CeeDee Lamb on social media, even though he was, to your point, going through this exact thing a year ago? There's players on the defensive side of the ball that are changing their Twitter profiles, pictures of Micah in solidarity with him. Are you concerned with the way that you are viewed in the locker room by these players that seem to be frustrated with the way that this is going?
Not in the least. Have you been in our locker room?
No.
Well, surely you have. You've been in there. Have you been out to? Have you been out to the Star and been out there? I don't take a back seat to anybody on how I treat players.
Is this all fun for you?
Any place.
Is this fun for you?
What?
This whole ordeal.
Well, I've chosen to do this for my life, and this is important to me, and to spend the time that I spend doing it, and all of that is important. But it's important to me to get the job done in a way that fits what we need to do as a team. And so, if everybody had the ability to take an existing contract and just say, I disregard it, this league would be chaos.
Damn. Oh, boy, Jerry Jones, boy. Man, Jerry Jones, what are we doing? That's the whole point of the contract extension, is to take the existing contract, extend it before the end of life of contract, so that you can get those discounted rates. That's why Parsons was eagerly to get his contract done last season, before TJ Watt, before Miles, before any of these other guys, so that you can get that discounted rate, get things done. Now, when Parsons lamented to say, hey, I'm not willing to be the highest paid non-quarterback player on the field, that I'm okay with X, Y, and Z, then that would have been the time to jump on that. That would have been the time to pick up the phone and call David Mulugeta. David Mulugeta would have been like, hey, okay, well, I'm going to make him the highest paid defensive edge rusher at that time. But when you allow other folks to get their deals done, then they're going to drive up the price. And I know he knows contracting. Who am I? I never touched $1 billion. I never touched multi-millions of dollars, right, in my own personal account. But he did. This guy did. He touched all of that. He touched all of that, ladies and gentlemen. But that's the whole point of contract extensions, to get it going before it's too late. That's what they did with Fred Warner. They saw talent, and it's what we call forecasting, and we go ahead and make the deal done, get it done, get it out the way. But listen to what he said again, y'all. Listen to what he said again.
You had, if everybody had the ability to take an existing contract and just say, I disregard it. This league would be chaos.
No, this is how this league
And
works.
so at some point, you do have to recognize that we're talking about under contract here, which can diminish. If somebody makes a new contract, it makes you wonder if they'll honor that contract.
No, Jerry. Look, at this point, I declare that the Cowboys organization and franchise stop interviewing this old man. You know, things are not running. The engine is running, but nobody's behind the wheel. And that's what we're seeing here, man. Come on, man. That's what contract extensions are, you know, an existing contract. And that's what contracts, you can always modify a contract, ladies and gentlemen. Contracting 101. I did contracts for over 15 years. You know, and I touched over millions of dollars in that capacity. But what I'm telling you is that what we're talking about is an existing contract with Micah Parsons of what he had last season. You could have worked that contract in, and you would have received your discounted rate now. There's no way that Parsons would, or David Mulugeta, can declare and decree a $40 million contract, because that wasn't even heard of until Myles Garrett got it last month or 2 months ago. That's contracting.
Because they're both the same paper with the same signatures on them. So you have to work through the integrity of the agreement. And we're under contract here.
Can we?
And we've got future. I wouldn't be standing here with you if I didn't think we had potentially had a great future with Micah. It'd be a waste of all of our time. So we're in good shape. This is negotiation.
Right.
But make no mistake about it, life has to go on. If something happens to me or anybody else, life does go on. This thing called the NFL, it's not about one person.
You keep bringing
me included in a big way.
You keep bringing up, we have a contract, which to me is kind of disingenuous, because CD had a contract, Osa had a contract, and you still gave them new deals or gave them extensions while they were under contract.
Dak had a contract,
right.
Lawrence had a contract, right. And we didn't do the new deal with the contract.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We've done it both ways. pretty recently Dak. And what I'm trying to say is we've done it both ways. The decision, the very definition of coming to an agreement in what's perceived to be your best interest is negotiating over an existing contract where you have the deal in your hands and both of you have to agree to make an adjustment in that contract going forward. That's the height of needing to get your minds together. When you don't have it, when you don't have a meeting of the minds, you go ahead like Dak did, or you go ahead like Lawrence did, and you play out the contract.
Is the offer you had in March still on the table?
What?
The deal, the offer you had in March, the meeting of the minds, is that still on the table?
Micah took it off.
He took it off, so it's not on the table?
He took it off. No, he took it off. I'm just saying he took it off.
Okay.
I'm not, don't put an answer there, please.
Okay.
He took it off.
Okay.
And because of that, that's why.
It's very important.
Okay.
And because of that, that's why you're like, I don't want to negotiate with people right now.
Well, I know that, I know I grew up when Mama wouldn't let me do something, going to Daddy, and Daddy let me do it, and going back in saying to Mama, Daddy said I could do it. That old Mama Daddy stuff, we got here doing that by nature. So we're not going to do that. Y'all get the analogy? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, we agree, but let me see if I can get my agent in on it. So my point is, that's that mom and daddy deal that's been going on since we all got here.
That's exactly what I was saying earlier. I was trying to imply that. Mama's knows, man. So Jerry, by you saying that, you do understand you got to give Mama permission. Mama will be at this point will be David Mulugeta. I mean, come on with it. You know, that will be the aspect of it.
So the key is for you and Micah to have an agreement.
Well, no, the key is that we've got an agreement. Let's really do understand that. We've got an agreement. Now, if we're going to adjust that agreement, then he's a must and I'm a must. Okay, not the organization, I'm a must in this case. And so I do these very significant ones. And so it's very important that if we're going to change the contract that we've got right now, which this would, then that I agree to what we changed. That's why it was so good when we sat down together and spent a lot of time going back and forth and adjusting, and we had that exercise together.
So if you're a must, then why would you not talk to the agent? Since you're a must in the conversation, why would you yourself not talk to the agent?
Because the agent, when we have a problem within a team and a player, I don't ever find the agent. He's nowhere to be found. Okay? Jay-Z said that Micah would make all, not Micah, but that Dez would make all meetings. Jay-Z and I negotiated the contract. We spent hours negotiating the contract, Jay-Z. And he said, anybody in my organization is on time. He said, my office used to be on the street corner and I've always been early. So they will be on time. I said, where did I sign? But I'm going to call you.
You can't use that as your base. Man, you can't use. Look, Jerry, man.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left, do it, right, do it, left, do it, right, do it.
You can't do that, Jerry. The fuck? Yeah, TF, yeah, Paul. Like, the agents, that their job is to get the deal done, but they're not obligated to nurse the player for whether or not they're going to be on time for meetings or whether or not they're going to be accountable for certain fines and stuff. But they can write that in the contract, though. Contracts can be modified, and contracts could be a language base for these type of situations. But that's like literally you getting a realtor, right? And when it's time to close out on the house and go through everything, then the person said, well, you know, I just want to talk just to the person that's going to buy the house. not the realtor. Because the realtor don't make the payment. They don't miss notes. You know what I'm saying? They're not reliable if this person don't get if this person can't afford to pay their mortgage. That's the price of doing business, Jerry. Come on, man. Hey, this is the craziest thing ever, man. So you can't just dismiss the agent for unknown possibilities, right? Like, I don't want to talk. Like, me and Parsons got a deal that's done. And if Parsons want to sign and play for the Cowboys, what I ultimately want Parsons to do is to represent himself, fire his agent, represent himself, or get somebody else. Because I'm not finna sign this deal for David Mulugeta. It seems as if, though, Jerry is the one that got a problem with David Mulugeta. When we start to really comb through these things, and I ain't giving that naysayer, S-H-I, that's what he's literally saying. I'm not giving that naysayer time. I'm not calling him. When he called me, I'm sending him to voicemail. He going to have to operate on my time, which goes all the way back to what even Jay Slater said on the NFL Network. That's what Jerry is basically saying. Me and Parsons got a deal done. We going to try to work that deal. But the agent is in the doggone way, and I'm not finna pick up the phone. He ain't finna call me. No way, Jose, no way. I'm Jerry Jones, man. I ain't finna help that brother out no way, no shape, form, or fashion. But Jerry, we got David Mulugeta online too. He's representing George Pickens too. Well, send him to Stephen Jones or send him to Jerry Jr. Send him to Charlotte Jones. But don't send him to me. Hang up. You know, Jerry pissed off at David Mulugeta. Look, I didn't figure it out. Until I see David Mulugeta hand and Jerry Jones hand and smiling, I'm going to forever go and say that he is pissed off at David Mulugeta at this whole thing because they had a deal that was done. And the deal went south. And, dog, this is the same thing that happened with Dak Prescott. They had a deal done in 2019. After the first 4 games, Dak went crazy, and I think Todd France ripped up that contract and said, hey, the deal is going to be more because look what he's doing. And look what Goff got paid. And look what Carson Wentz got paid. My client at this time cannot accept a contract for $25 million. Well, let him play out his year. Let him bet on himself. And then what you've seen out of that whole entire thing, the very next year or when we was at camp, I'm seeing Cecil Prescott in tears because they said that they betted against his son. That they were so angry at Todd France that they wanted this not to be successful. But he was so successful, they had to give him that contract. Those are things that I'm telling y'all straight from the horse's mouth if they say that that's the truth.
Finally, he quit taking my call.
Well, Dez and Mike have different histories as far as...
Again, please, I'm just talking about the agent.
Yeah.
Don't take that to Micah and Dez. Just simply say that when the issues come up, the first one and the one that is there is us and the player. When you're executing what you said you would do in the contract. So I like to deal directly with the player when it's of this nature.
So in March, did he say we have a deal?
Again, I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'm not getting into the details. I think I was asked the question, have we negotiated? Have we negotiated directly? And that is an emphatic yes, we have.
All right, we got to go.
Okay, guys.
It was all right. We got to go. Look at Jerry, boy. All right, speaking of got to go, man, I got to go as well. I went overtime, man, with y'all. And boy, oh boy, this is, man, let me take me a nightcap, man. Man, this is crazy. This is flat out crazy. That don't work that way, Jerry. It don't work that way, man. It do not work that way. And for whatever it is, I got to make me a new drop, man. But that
I want me some glory hole.
man, oh man. So many things to go over, to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their shortcomings. I need to get the circus music back. We'll try to do Q&A tomorrow. Gerald Jones, man, you know, I need more, man. I need more. I feel bad for Cowboy fans. Ridiculous, yeah. Man, this is total pandemonium, y'all. This is crazy on how all of this stuff is going down. Jerry Jones is out here trying to make new rules.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left, do it, right, do it,
Shame.
left, do it, right, do
Shame.
it.
Shame.
It don't work that way, Jerry. You show me the money, Jerry. Show me the money. If we ever about winning, it starts now, ladies and gentlemen. It literally starts now. You win more during your off season. This is the time, and I love to see the unity and solidarity. Players changing their IG and their Twitter handle to Micah Parsons to let everybody know that, man, we here for you. And just because Dak had to go through this contract situation doesn't mean that it's rightfully so that CeeDee Lamb had to go through it. And it doesn't mean that it's rightfully so that Micah Parsons have to go through it. Now, all three of these players, if you felt as if though you get a better outcome if you trade these guys, then just trade them. But out of all three of these players, I have seen toxic levels of hate, vicious hate from our own fan base on their productivity, on their gameplay, on their value and worth that Josh Allen don't have to go through, Lamar Jackson don't have to go through, that Jamar Chase don't have to go through, that Justin Jefferson don't have to go through. To a degree, A.J. Brown don't have to go through. Bosa don't have to go through. Trey Hendrickson, even though he haven't got his corns, his bag, he don't have to go through. But we, for the Dallas Cowboys, for 30 years, 30 seasons, we have to go through this narrow corridor of the front office, primarily Jerry Jones. Said, I only talk to the principal. I don't talk to the agent. And I only talk to the players. That's not business, man. The best response ever was Dez Bryant. He said, Jerry, you see that football field there? He says, yes. I would kill you on that football field if somebody throw me the pass. I would take it on you. I would kill you every time. You think you can stop me, Jerry? I'm trying to get the quote right. And Jerry says, no. So just like on that football field, you can't stop me, but in this business room, I can't stop you on these contracts. So I got to have me a representative. Now, was Jay-Z the best representative for Dez Bryant? One can argue and say, Jay-Z, he had problems financially taking out second and third mortgages off of his home just to get some money. I don't know what's going on with Jay-Z's corn. I heard that, Tidal and all of this other stuff is pretty much not operating profitable. But what I'm getting at is that David Mulugeta is known for giving his players that he represents unbelievable contracts. And one of the players is somehow named Micah Parsons. That's a trend. It's not gonna go down, baby. It's gonna go upwards. Now you done already sullied and denigrated Micah to a degree, and I get it. Micah, every rightfully so, is feeling not valued. But Jerry, get out of the way, pay the players that you done had 1, 2, 3, 4 years of solid production. It is easier to build up versus build down or to tear down. It is easier to add to versus to take away. Anybody out of their right mind will look at this situation and say, all right, we made it to the postseason several times. We made it to the postseason several times. And the several times that we made it to the postseason, our star key players didn't show up. I get that. I get the frustrations. But look at the why. Look at the why. Don't look at the isolated situation. In that Green Bay game, you can't point out another person who showed up on that defensive side of the coin. You can't find me that guy. But to pin the tail on Micah is crazy. On offense, you can't show me anybody that showed up outside of the tail ends of that game. Ferguson did a few plays here and there, but that was garbage time at that time. And I'm not finna get into that conversation. But what I'm getting at is that the Cowboys have the prime opportunity to add to versus taking away. Right now, in this month of August, the 2nd, our focal point should be let's gear up and ramp up for those Eagles. They just lifted up that Lombardi trophy. This is a copycat league. What can we do to equip ourselves to be on that same lane and that same page and to fight from that same vein? What do we need to do in order to elevate ourselves to that winning grace? What do we need to do to add to? Okay, Parsons, let's go add somebody else to Parsons. Let's go figure out who we can bring in to help out this DB room, this linebacker room. Let's not talk about taking away. And if you really thought that you wanted to trade away Parsons, just like what Michael Irvin said, now is not the effing time. You're supposed to do that before the draft. We could have already had our first 2 or 3 first-round draft picks before the draft. Before all of this negative news done hit. Cowboy Nation. On my way out, I had the longest outro ever, but all I can say, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing nerves, and if there's one thing a man should do is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown, and when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone. You know why we say that? Because raised voices turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was Brother Al Robert, Brother Rover Brothers, the morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who would try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those men you should never call a friend or a fan, because they bend the lines around the truth to meet their end, Cowboy Nation. And on the way out, as we sip on this beautiful glass of hen, I'm going to say this once again. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind, if you will just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of almighty Cowboy Nation. Brandy, I see you in the chat. Oak Cliff, appreciate you. 30 years, 30 seasons. J Business, appreciate you. OSTAY, Tyler, appreciate you. Thank you. Stream Element, thank you. Cheryl Thompson, appreciate you. And last but not least, I see I Am Awake. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what,
come on,
add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up,
come on,
matter what, told you
sounds of soft souls and hits, oldies.
I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I'm a rap much. Just like the money ain't gon' stack up. It's fine, car, take it tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low.
Then we lay low.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up.
It's an evil world we live in.
Everything is on me, gon' back it up. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up.
Until next time, DC for life. If you haven't hit that like button, if you didn't share this content, and you still here, and you still watching all of these clips we putting together, man, I don't know what to say to you, man.
Shame.
But I appreciate those who support
Shame.
the nation and not just freeloading, man. Appreciate y'all.
I want me some glory hole.
Nah, Jerry, come on, man.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud.
Let's go, man!
To all my dogs, come on with it. It's that time now. Come on with it. Let's get it. Peace. DC for life, not for short. Let's go.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah.
Dax rolls out. He throws it underneath. Let's get it. And remember.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Run from it.
Yeah.
Destiny arrives all
Kinda
the
check
same.
the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
What should I say?
Count that two, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I switch your size, now it's about loyalty. Used to size up for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah, I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah, I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
No, that mother don't miss, man.
Kinda check us out.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
He needs some milk.
Lately, I just wanna
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist. Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
The street